Okay, how you doing, YouTube? This is my 1992 Mercedes-Benz 190e 2.6 Sportline. It's kind of a rare car because it has a lot of the options that were desirable, like the factory headlamp wipers. That was really rare on the 190e. Obviously the Sportline suspension has the little Sportline badge right there, which is obviously another really rare option. It basically just lowered the car, I think, an inch or two, gave it kind of a nicer stance. Didn't look so tall. It was a little bit more low to the ground, sleek. Also came with the seat warmers, as you can see those switches on the by the shift knob. That was another rare option. Sport seats, obviously, they need to be recovered, and there's a company that does that. It's called Gaha, I think. You can find them online. Let's see what else. A lot of the interior has been refreshened. A lot of the gauges have been refreshened. They tended to fade on these generations of Mercedes. The wood, I bought a brand new wood surround bezel for the shifter. The ashtrays and the climate control wood trim is all pretty new. This one's brand new, but these are all just relatively new. A lot of the plastic vent surrounds have been replaced. This kind of like triangular one with the two switches, that was replaced. A lot of the vents themselves were replaced. It's basically just a cosmetic restoration job. I have like 3 or 4 of these interior sunshade covers for the sunroof. I had to repair the mechanism, so getting this out was kind of a pain in the butt, and the original one got kind of bent, so I bought a brand new one. Probably the last one you can buy too, because it was like from France and it cost like 400 bucks. But the sunroof now actually slides back and forth without any binding. The motor has to be recalibrated so that the switch knows where to start and stop and do the tilt function. I bought a new rear parcel shelf. This is another thing that tended to get kind of crinkly with age and sun damage. That's up in my house. I haven't put that in yet. Same with the rear brake light, the third middle brake light. I have a new one of those. Some of the mechanical stuff I did, the toughest job I did, I think, was the valve stem seals. I did those because it looked like oil was coming out of the exhaust. So I did the valve stem seals and no more exhaust fumes. As you can see, I had to clear out the EGR tube so it would pass emissions, the functionality test, that is. Replaced the O2 sensor. I just replaced the radiator. I've done a lot of the engine seals, valve cover, oil baffle seal, numerous engine the front chain cover seal I redid. A lot of the engine's been gone through, and that's the main thing I did when I got the car, is just made sure it was a runner. So a lot of engine work was done to turn it into a runner that would pass smog. It's really, it's just a cosmetic job at this point. The driver's seat base spring is worn out. I have a brand new one in my garage. You'll have to do the work to obviously replace it and then get a new cover from that store I was talking about, Gaha. I actually have a rear spring too, the seat back spring, just because I feel like one of the coils might be broken. I'm not sure though, I haven't taken it apart, but I have brand new seat coils, bottom and back, for the driver's seat. That center console has a trim piece that goes in there by the handbrake, and I have that. Like I said, I have a lot of cosmetic parts just up in my house and in my garage. So if you get here and you want to look over the car and notice that maybe something's missing or something should be redone, chances are I have that part. But you know, come take a look, and it drives, so you can take it around the block. just had the transmission actually a rebuilt unit put in because the reverse gear went out, and that's kind of a common thing with these transmissions. So relatively new transmission. I mean, it's really a cool car. This is one of my favorite Mercedes of all time, just because it was like, you know, a compact car that was like also high-end, had all these high-end engineering features like the patented 5-link rear suspension and stuff like that. That basically Mercedes still uses on all its cars today. So it all started with this one. As far as the engineering of Mercedes-Benz, known as a legendary engineering company, kind of started with this car. Anyway, no worries. It's okay, no problem. Okay, I just had to wait for that helicopter to go by. Anyway, check out the